Hey there, happy birthday, Gary Van Buskirk. There's way too many memories, way too many shows, and way too many cool moments to really think of the most important one. But, I would have to say being able to hang out at Harpo's as a young 18-year-old during the day, designing gig posters for Marcus and Gary and Harpo's was really kind of I don't know, it was amazing, it was cool. And I always felt respected and loved and cared for and very much a part of the team and the family. And Gary and Marcus were the two men who made that happen. Gary, I've always looked up to you, even though you're a little shorter than me, I think. I love you very much, Gary. And I wish you a happy 75th birthday. I can't wait to hang out and have a coffee with you soon. Take care. Love you, buddy.
So yes, the most memorable time, oh, wait a minute, there we are. The most memorable time I had at Harpo's would probably have to be having the pleasure of seeing John Hyatt. He's a wonderful songwriter, loved it, loved every moment of it.
Hi Gary, this is Shar. It's been around 30 years since I've seen you, so I'll let Marcus refresh you on who I am. Just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. And my favorite Harpo show that I totally legitly got to see, The Grapes of Wrath.
Happy birthday, you old hound dog.
Happy birthday, Gary. Thanks for all the great music and all the great memories.
Hey, Gary. It's Dave and Allison Farrow.
Hi, Gary.
Remember us?
Happy birthday.
Allison was the manager of the Grand Pacific Athletic Club for many years.
He remembers.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
What years were you there?
Oh,
Early 90s.
I don't know.
And I was at the radio station, Q. We just wanted to quickly say happy birthday. Hope you're doing well. It's been way too long since we've seen you. We talk about Victoria often, and your name comes up and all the great nights that we had at Harpo's. So many bands that we saw there, and you were so much fun.
Bare Naked Ladies, first time.
Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah.
First. Tragically Hip.
Oh, too many.
First. Way too many.
Yeah.
Jeff Healy.
Yeah.
God, that was a great show.
Lots of wine.
Jim Rose Sideshow Circus. Remember them? The guys that used to hang the dumbbells from their weenies. Do you remember those guys?
I don't think I watched them.
Anyway, thank you for all you did for Victoria, and you're probably still doing for the music scene there. It was just fantastic.
I hope you're still swimming and keeping fit.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, our friend.
Real cheers to you.
Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Gary. I'm so glad to be included in your birthday reel. I wanted to tell you you're one of my most favorite people on this earth and, wherever else we exist. And yeah, I just want you to have a great birthday. Thinking of you, and I hope to see you soon.
Hey, Gary. Kelly Ray here. Happy birthday. 75. That's incredible. Congratulations. I just want to say thank you for all the years of amazing music that you brought to Victoria and shared with all of us. You are a true icon of Victoria, and thank you so much. Happy birthday.
It's Tim Chan from 64 Funny Cars and former Harpo's DJ. Just want to wish Gary a very happy 75th birthday. Gary, you've done so much for the Victorian music scene, both you and Marcus, and I really appreciate everything you did. And have a great birthday.
Happy birthday, Gary. Jack Tillman here. Many fond memories of Harpo's and spending time with you and all the great bands you brought to town, and it's a lifetime of great memories. Thanks for all that. Happy birthday.
Hey Gary, it's Piers. I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday on this milestone. You've been a big part of my life ever since the early days in Victoria when you helped give us our very first gigs with my original band. And obviously a huge mentor and someone that was always great with advice and encouragement, and just wanted to say thanks for everything. I found a very special poster in our archives here, old band archives. This is the original poster that had us at the time opening for Sweetwater at the Limit. And this was when our original band had a different name, and you guys added us after the fact, and the poster said plus special guests. And we looked at ourselves and said, geez, maybe we should just call ourselves the special guests. So here is a part of our band history in our archives, which I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing. Yeah, quite a fun memory for how things started. Thanks for all the support over the years, and congrats again on this milestone. Happy birthday.
Hey, Gary. Happy birthday. Thought I'd do this on my way to cooking school. Yes, I'm doing an Indian cooking class to align my chakras. Hope you have a great birthday. See you soon, hopefully. Bye.
Hey, Gary. Happy birthday. You made it 3/4 of a century. Well done. Hey, just wanted to say wish you the best and on your birthday, and just enjoying all the great positive feedback I got from when I posted your bio on the website, the World City Music Project website. A lot of people remember you for all the good things that you did in the music industry, certainly as a promoter and all the work that you did at Harpo's, but you know, you have had quite a career, my friend, and you've made a lot of people very, very happy, and of course made a lot of people a lot of money too. But you are not a forgotten legend, my friend. Everybody remembers Gary Van Buskirk and remembers him as being an all-around good guy in the business, and one of the few. So good on you, my friend, and hope everything is good with you and your family. I understand you're working towards, getting things in order in your life and having some good memories. And I'm sure glad that I'm able to send this to you today. It's really important that people like yourself get recognized for all your good work. Take care, my friend. Talk soon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday to you. So you're probably wondering, why? Well, it's 7 a.m. in the morning. I got a cat that's driving me crazy. I live in Winnipeg now. I need shades to keep the bags well contained within my eyes, and the hat to still take care of this full head of hair. But it's 7 a.m. in the morning, and it's your birthday. So I've been sitting here with my cold cup of coffee, woke up a few minutes ago. It's only a pleasant minus 12 degrees below zero, and warm thoughts of you. You've been a big part of my life. You are a big part of my life. One of these days, let's get on the phone. Let's make each other smile, and let's take the weight off our shoulders. Hey, did I say that? I did. I just wanted to say, for the millionth time, happy birthday, and thanks for everything you've been, and hopefully will be in the future in my life. Take care. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Gary. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, G. Just checking in to wish you a happy birthday. I'm just sitting outside enjoying the sunshine and thinking of how good the world is with you in it, brother. Hope you have a good birthday. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Hi, Gary. It's Trish. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday, belated birthday, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best today. You've been and continue to be an incredible part of our lives since Marcus and I were basically kids. You are a fun, adventurous, quirky, gonna say, super cool guy. Maybe not as cool as Nathaniel, but pretty darn close. We love you to the moon and stars and beyond. Mwah.
I guess just your name, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah. My name's Grant Lawrence, and
I'm sorry, of course.
It's okay. And
I'm on the radio amongst other things.
yeah, I was in a band called the Smugglers that played at Harpo's many times, and
I'm doing easy, Grant.
okay.
Thanks. Sorry.
And I did a lot of booking with Marcus, a lot of shows, a lot of weird bills, trying to put square pegs into round holes, and I now work for the CBC.
So just your your very erudite reaction to Harpo's.
Well, it's a definite magical era where music was extremely healthy. I mean, you look at the gig calendars here, where it says May 1994, and every single day of the week is filled with a band that probably did all right. Now, there was some off nights, but nowadays venues would never have calendars that stacked. And the really cool thing about Harpo's and this era of music and live venues is that you got in the late 80s, early 90s, you got a lot of bands that were coming up, and then you got a lot of the old rock and rollers and blues guys that were coming down, so you could see some incredible, like Bo Diddley or Sonny Terry in a club, with a view to the harbor that holds 300 people, which I have always believed is the perfect capacity. And I always believe that if I were to describe the perfect cabaret or the perfect nightclub, it would be Harpo's. It was just excellent layout, great sight lines from the whole venue, good bar placement, great backstage. It almost felt like something out of the Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that. Kind of old school harbor, and just band after band after band after band. And Gary and Marcus had great taste. There was a lot of music that made people dance, which is a wonderful thing. Get your body moving. It's nothing healthier or more fun than to dance. Kind of a lost art. And they did it. They put in bands that, reggae bands, ska bands, rock and roll bands, blues bands that would get people's bodies moving, punk rock bands. So it was a really rich time. And, I've heard some people describe it as sort of like our 60s. So the 90s, this is kind of like, I sound like Dennis Hopper in that movie Flashback, but the 90s were our 60s in a way. And Nirvana was like our Beatles, and Green Day was like our Rolling Stones, and those bands kind of floated all boats for the rest of the decade. And there was ups and downs and all sorts of things, but it was a grand time where everything was tactile, everything was printed, there was nothing digital. Yeah, so you got everyone had to have a band photo, a demo tape, and a poster, and bands don't have any of those things anymore. They certainly, everything's just emailed, or downloaded, and none of this beautiful, tactile, analog, stuff you feel exists. Like if you didn't have a glossy 8x10, you weren't a real artist.
You had to have a glossy 8x10, right? Paul Kelly? You know what I'm talking about, right, Paul? Yes. Yeah, and who's this? I don't even know who this is. Sandy Duncan's Eye, punk rock band, I think, from San Francisco, I think, something like that. So it's a treasure trove. It's unbelievable. So glad that Marcus kept all this stuff. That's what it's all about. Archive, despite what our wives say. Keep everything.
Okay. Thank you. You've elevated the conversation.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I came to Victoria in 1993. Harpo's was the place to go, obviously. I mean, there were so many places to go in 1993, let's face it. But Harpo's was more than just a club. It was like where you found yourself, where you found other people. It was, your identity was wrapped up in Harpo's. And coming to this magnificent retrospective and seeing people like Marcus and like just tons of people I hadn't seen in years, and the shows, and I'll be honest with you, it's all a blur. I don't know whether it was the drugs or the booze or the fact that time has taken its toll in the old noggin, but I was like, I'm sure I saw every show here, and I know I didn't, but just talking about them now with these people and everyone who's here, absolutely fantastic. Harpo's, we miss you. We'll never have you again, but I hope we get something like you one day.
My name is Phil Thompson, and I used to be the door manager down at Harpo's from about 85 to 93.
All right. Top greatest hits.
Okay, so one of the first ones that Marcus wanted me to tell was when the Los Angeles Kings had their training practices here in Victoria, and to the club one night, let me see, Mark Masorley, I think Messier, and Wayne Gretzky came to the club, and it was a $2 charge, and I asked them for the $6, and McSorley said to me, "Do you know who this man is?" And I said, "Yeah, it's Wayne Gretzky." It's still $6, and Marcus got a kick out of that, and they stuck their heads around and left because it wasn't their crowd. And one of my other good ones was the night when Gary asked me to meet a blind guitarist that was coming to town that no one had heard of, that was big in the circuit back in Ontario and the universities and college, and if I could help him pace the stage. And I did that, and I didn't know what to expect. And the first night he blew me away because he stood up and started playing the guitar behind his head and with his teeth, and then jumping around with his back to the bass player. You had no idea. This guy was really blind. It was amazing. And the way he played the guitar, like he was reading Braille, was really unorthodox, but amazing. And then it was... I don't remember if it was exactly the same night. I think it was a couple of nights later. He was there for a couple of nights. There was a young guy and his girlfriend that came in the club, and I decided I was going to ask them for ID because the girl and the guy looked really young. And I apologized all night because it was Colin James and Stevie Ray Vaughan was there, and they both jumped up on stage with Jeff Healy, and we locked the door, and that was a lot of fun. And I got two more stories now. One is when Country Dick and the Beet Farmers came to town. I got to know Dick really well, and he was quite a bit taller than me. And he would use me a lot of times to sit on my shoulders, and I would carry him over to the counters over across the bar, so he would stand up. And that's when he would sing to Barbara or whatever. And then he'd ask me, he said, "I got a brand new pair of boots, Phil." He goes, "You need to go to the bar and get me a couple of Coronas." So I brought him a couple of Coronas. He said, "The best way to break in a pair of boots is to put one in this boot and one in this boot." He put them upside down. Then he went down, laid on the stage, and he drank out of his boot. And so I love Country Dick forever. And the last story was the night when we were supposed to have the Paladins
play down at the club, and that was the night Los Lobos was going to play over at which one?
Curling club?
Was it the curling club? I thought it was over by Tillicum, but
You're right.
yeah. So they were playing there, and all of a sudden they didn't have a backup band because they couldn't get through customs. So the deal was, and it kind of blew Marcus and I away, all these people that were paying to come down to see the Paladins, that the Paladins were now going to back up Los Lobos for a couple hours, and Marcus had to spin tunes, and I had to let people in for free and everything else. Said, sorry, they'll be down here. And then the Paladins came back and started rocking the show, and then a little bit later, in walked Los Lobos, and I ended up that night closing the doors, and they played only for tequila. I kept running to the bar. They kept saying, more tequila, and that was a great show. And those are just some of the memories and stories I've got today. And I love Harpo's, and I love this whole exhibit, and thanks to Marcus and people like you, this is amazing. Thank you.